few days to go for CAT. Are you feeling cold feet at this juncture of your preparation? I'm going to talk about very actionable inputs so that you stay motivated for VARC section of CAT 2025. We are going to talk about what to read, how to read, and which sources to rely on for deepening and strengthening your reading comprehension. If we talk about CAT 2024 and if we talk about the sources from which the passages of CAT 2024 were taken up, the magazines were The Atlantic, The New York Times, Nature, and Public Library. These were the 4 resources from which the passages were taken. So, if we predict the same thing happening this year, because these are very standard resources for good articles, academic, scholastic articles. So, if we predict the same thing, this year as well, some articles can be taken up from these magazines. And these are the magazines which have been taken up by different years to set the paper. So it's not last year only. These magazines have been a useful resource for all the passages of CAT, previous year CAT. So it would be wise to start reading articles from these magazines so that you're already conversant with their writing style, with their subjects, with their density, with their complexity, and with the kind of flair that you get in these magazines. So start reading some articles from these magazines. We talked about what to read. Now let's talk about how to read. Successful CAT aspirants read to understand the author's purpose or author's objective behind writing that passage. You need to be an active reader. If you just read passively, you won't be able to engage with the content of the passage fully. But if you read it actively, understand the tonality of every paragraph and the meaning of every paragraph, writing down the meaning, the summary of each paragraph, and then connecting it to the next paragraph. You engage with the passage. You understand how 2 paragraphs are connected and what does second paragraph do to the first paragraph. So that's how you try to see the whole purpose of the passage, and that makes comprehension easier. So try to be an active reader. Don't just passively read, but be an active reader and engage with the passage. Or you can also try to summarize each paragraph line right after reading each paragraph. So that is going to give you the clear skeleton of entire passage. So it would be very hard for you to miss any important point that author has put up. So be an active reader. The verbal ability section of CAT is not purely English. It's closely intermingled with reasoning. It's actually reasoning masked as English. You will find questions on assumption, inference, strengthening, and weakening. These are the questions which test your reasoning ability. How well reasoned your argument is in order to ascertain these answers. So it is advisable that besides the understanding and essentials of English, you also work on your reasoning. Go through the concepts, do's and don'ts of finding the assumption, inference, strengthening, and weakening. Do PYQ practice, specifically these questions practice, and see what kind of answers are accepted, what kind of answers are rejected, so that your understanding of strengthening, weakening, assumption, and inference is deepened and you know what to do in these questions when they appear this year.